No matter what it is we're going through in life, it's always important to look around and find something to be thankful for because we all have something. If we're above ground and breathing, that alone is something to be thankful for because it's an opportunity to go forward and make life just a little bit better tomorrow than it was today. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are still aware that I am fighting this issue, this crud. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to give it a name because if I give it a name, that makes it real. So I'm just going to continue to fight to get more healthy every single day. I'm definitely a lot better today than I was yesterday. I still have some stuff in the lungs, but I think I have definitely put the worst of it behind me. But I also need to remember to say thank you to everyone who shows up here every day. If you can do it, I can do it. I can find something to contribute. I can find something to show you guys and give you something to take with you to make your life better. Because a lot of you have shown up over the Patreon channel with $1 and made my life a lot better. It's only $1 per month at the Florida Maquis Patreon channel, even less if you sign up for an entire year. We are going to be getting some new content up there because of the last week or so being under the weather. I have fallen a little bit behind, but I will have something up, I promise you, this week. See, the opposite of thankfulness is blaming. It's entitlement. It's, I had a right to not get sick. And for some reason that I'm going to go blame somebody else for, it's their fault. And now I need everybody to feel sorry for me. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. If I get sick, I get sick. People get sick. You rise above. You improvise. You adapt. You overcome. And you find ways to beat it. Now, one of my favorite ways I didn't mention is steam. I have always, when it's got right down to brass tacks and nothing else was working, I would find either put a pot on the stove and breathe that steam in, or I would literally go out and crank up the elements in the hot water heater to max and take one bathroom and turn it into a steam room and just watch all of the stuff start coming out of your lungs. It's absolutely amazing, and it does wonders for all sorts of other parts of your body, your skin, your hair. It's not something many would think of, and I do believe, like in a power down situation, this would be the hardest thing to replace because it would be very, very difficult to do that. You could boil water over a fire, sure, but there's nothing like closing up the bathroom and just letting good old-fashioned heat and steam just burn that out. But in today's video, I would like to share something. When I go through things like this kind of misery, I remember my time in the military. And how miserable things were back then. And comparatively speaking, it's night and day to have a little bit of cold here in my own home versus trogging and slogging through jungles and dealing with that kind of misery. That's just an entirely different thing. But you wouldn't have wanted to be overweight or obese for any reason down there, because it could have been life and death. Your ability to move and be quick on your feet, be nimble, it was a requirement. And this is an article, Tuesday, July 26. Army plans prep course to help hopeful soldiers lose weight, improve test scores. Now, they're spending $1.5 billion on healthcare alone. $1.5 billion on obesity alone, healthcare costs. Now, you ready for this? Same day. Could the Defense Production Act save Klondike's Choco Taco? Yes, that's right. Will you hear this? What would you do for a Klondike Choco Taco? Senator Chris Murphy, Democrat, Connecticut, says he would invoke the Defense Production Act to keep them on store shelves after the ice cream giant announced it would discontinue the iconic packaged dessert. Now think about this. Obesity is a huge national security threat. We've had senators and congressmen talking about this. The military can't even meet its recruiting goals. And this guy wants to invoke the Defense Production Act to save an ice cream treat. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's just that they can't put the two and two together. I mean, this is a real picture of a real U.S. Army captain. Does this guy look like he needs more Choco Tacos? And one of the craziest things that I get when I talk about stuff like this, people tell me it's chemtrails. Seriously. This is no lie. Oh, they've changed the resonance of the frequency that is affecting the low carbohydrate food that's doing this, and it's no personal responsibility. Zero. It's not you. It's not your lack of activity. It's not your time sitting in front of the computer or the TV or all of your excuse making for not going to the gym. It's somebody else making you fat. Please explain, though. Please explain. Yes, this is Patriot Nurse. This is 5 pictures off of her publicly available Instagram account. Why don't the chemtrails or the contrails affect her? She, at one time, and this is of her own admission on her YouTube channel, was 60, I believe, 70 pounds overweight, something like that. And she decided to do juice fasting and exercise. She had a series of videos not so long ago where she talked about walking her boundaries. She goes out and goes for a nice long walk. Contrails can be beaten? Go figure. Contrails can be beaten. And she's recommended all sorts of supplements and supplies and different things to make you healthy, and she looks fantastic. Makeup or no makeup. But Florida Maki, I have kids. I don't have time. Jennifer Veterans for Truth, Jennifer LaFontaine has 3. A teenage girl and 2 young boys. I mean, I can't imagine a more toxic combination to deal with at the same time. I mean, I'm not saying anything negative about kids here. What I'm saying is that to deal with the issues with young boys is one thing. To deal with the issues of teenage girls is another thing. But to deal with them both simultaneously has to be an incredible challenge. She stays in shape. Tim Bassett, 60-something years old. Great shape, fantastic shape. Guys half his age would kill to look as good as he does. It's called the gym. Have you heard of it? You can go there and you can find all sorts of unique pieces of equipment. I'll confess, this is the first time I've seen this, where they've just mounted the half tire on a hinge. I've seen where they've had the whole tire in there and you had to go flip the thing over. And before anybody says anything, this is what they call an altitude mask he's wearing. Guys have been using this since long before 2020. It's basically designed to restrict your breathing, to strengthen your lungs, which is really what it does. The Army literally can't make its recruiting goals, having to step up or stand up new programs to combat this problem. And we have a senator saying he wants to use the Defense Production Act to save the Choco Taco. No excuses. Just get it done. When this thing that I got first hit, I went from feeling pretty much okay to within 8 hours, I was in a puddle of sweat with a vicious fever, like hallucinating stuff fever. And just in a matter of a couple of days, good dietary choices, rest, lots of water, some steam. As you can hear, my voice is still kind of cracky and I'm not over it completely, but I have put up a video every single day. I've gotten the job done. And the reason I used all of these images is because I'm not the only one. I'm sure that she's gotten sick. She probably just hasn't made videos about it. In fact, well, I shouldn't say that. She did here. She made a video about this, and she talked about how she's going to recover from it and move forward. I don't remember her blaming contrails. I've never heard her make an excuse about anything ever in my life. And believe me, she's been treated probably as unfairly on this platform as anyone. Because what she got kicked off, well, she didn't get kicked off, demonetized permanently for, was something that had been accepted as healthy for over 100 years. Absolutely crazy. So, anyway, I will leave it there. But once again, very much appreciate all your support over at Patreon. Very soon. Today is Saturday. I'm going to say probably Monday, no later than Tuesday. We'll have a brand new video up over there. And we're going to continue to talk about plans and strategies and things that we need to be looking out for when the grid goes down. Because issues like what I'm going through now, if you're not physically prepared for them, it's hard enough with the grid up and being able to go down to the drugstore and get whatever you need. But when that all goes away and you've got to deal with it on your own, if you're not in top flight physical condition, it could spell your end. And that's not overstating it. So I'll leave it there. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.